Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com. We're glad that you all could be with us. Also, those tuning in through online affiliates around the world, thanks to our friends at iHeart, Spotify, and Amazon Music Podcasts. Glad you all could be with us as well. We're excited to welcome Joaquin Dean to our program today. You all know him as the founder and CEO of Ruff Ryders. We're going to talk to Joaquin not only about his own musical journey and legacy, but also what it's been like for him to see how Ruff Ryders has been able to change not only entertainment, but also in many aspects the world, and also what he's looking forward to in 2021. Joaquin, thank you so much for the time today. Really appreciate it.
Cyrus, thank you, sir. Thanks for having me.
The pleasure is definitely all mine. Well, this has been an interview a lot of our audience has been looking forward to since I announced it, Joaquin. I want to begin, though, with the reflection, because you have had such an amazing journey in what you've been able to do in the entertainment industry. What has it been like for you to reflect on your impact and the influence you've been able to have in the entertainment industry?
I mean, the impact, just, that this journey was just, the main thing about the journey was really just having a lot of faith in it. The faith, walking in faith and actually believing what I wanted, what I was doing, really impacted the whole thing. Making mistakes, but not actually dwelling on them, and actually learning from them and helping people in the process of it. So, a lot of people that work with us in our journey is pretty much they own entrepreneurs. They own businesswomen. They own Eve is their own businesswoman. X is his own businessman. The Locks has, they juice bars. So we have a strong belief in this journey to help whoever we're working with become their own entrepreneurs and own business people in the future. And so we was able to birth in this journey a Ruff Ryder lifestyle organization that has over 400 or 500 chapters worldwide. And we have thousands of members in the U.S. and other places. And we was able to license our brand to the community while we was at the peak of our career. Or most labels, when you have a great brand like Ruff Ryders in this journey, they really they only license their brand to the mega deals. So you do a mega deal with a mega licensing deal, and you don't really let the little guys get anything out of it. And so, our journey was always, my journey was always about, as a visionary, to always help people. So we was able to license the brand from ground zero to the people that actually is part of our membership and is our family and our brotherhood and sisterhood. And we was able to be here 20, 25 years later, and we're still together.
Right. There is one word that definitely comes up, Joaquin, when people talk about Ruff Ryders, and you in particular, and that is respect. What do you think has contributed to that? Do you think is the authenticity that you bring to everything that you do?
Yeah, respect is utmost. We was born, my father, the respect situation is mandatory. We demand respect because we give respect. Mm-hmm. We was installed at a young age with, my mother and my father to respect those who respect you and have integrity. And we brought it with us all through our life. No matter what the uncomfortable situation is, we always made sure the respect was there and integrity was there and family was always there. So we always kept the family values, because without the family values and the respect and the faith, you can't have anything on this journey.
I think, too, when people think about Ruff Ryders also, they realize that it's so much bigger than music. Yes, for a lot of us, outside, we got to know you all because of music. You even mentioned this earlier in the conversation. So did you know this was going to be a movement that you were starting?
No, I wasn't fully clear on how it was going to play out, but I was fully clear on my vision and faith in God to be able to have us have guide my steps. And I believe every step you take, He gives you 20 more steps. And so you have to walk in a leap of faith when you really believe what you believe. So when you have a belief system, it's really about your why. I feel that my why was strong. It's so strong that I was passionate that why am I doing this? And when I pretty much knew my why was, I had to do it because I was going to save many people as well as myself from being out in the streets. I knew that God was going to, guide my steps. And it took us 12 years to get on. We wasn't, it wasn't no cakewalk. We didn't have social media back then. We didn't have a lot of things. Everything we had to do was door to door, hand in hand. We had racks. It took us too long to do everything. Everything took us long. Now, this generation, they can get it, quick like McDonald's. We had to do everything step by step, man. I didn't know that this journey was going to be. I didn't forsake the future. I just walked in faith in it, basically, and it's just that we became more, stronger within the 12 years because we was in development. And so God don't give it to you before you're supposed to have it. He give it to you when the time is right.
Good point.
So we had to go through all the changes and go through the ups and downs for 12 years until we got the opportunity to showcase our music. And we was destined to go to work because we had, 12 years we've worked with. I had 5 producers, 6, 7 producers internally. I had the Locks, Jadakiss, the Styles P. I had X, and we was working for 12 years through our ups and downs independently. And then we, one of our producers, Irv Gotti, had got a deal over there with working A&R in Def Jam, and he opened the door for us. And then we also had a relationship with Puffy over there, and we brought the Locks and Mace over to Puffy. So things was evolving, things was opening, doors was opening. We was just being prepared. And we had a lot of music, so a lot of people thought that when we did get the opportunity, we was just going to have a moment. But really, we changed the game because at the time we came into the game, Biggie and Pac, rest in peace, had passed away, and it was a void in hip hop at that time. And it was really about who was going to pick up the torch and make hip hop come back to life, and we just happened to be prepared for that moment.
And I think being prepared for the moment is I think that in itself is such a great message. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome Joaquin Dean to our program today, the founder and CEO of Ruff Ryders. We're talking with him not only about the legacy, but also about the longevity and the movement that he's been able to be a part of and to see grow. You mentioned a couple of things I want to go back to, and then we're going to, of course, remind our audience how they can stay connected with you. One thing you mentioned is the fact that you all were prepared. You all did the work. And you referenced the fact that today people want things so quickly. What has that been like for you? Because I know you're active on Instagram, and you've been doing a lot of these conversations, and we definitely appreciate that. But what has that been like for you to see how the industry has evolved over the years?
Well, I think it's a gift and it's a curse. Sometimes you have the social media. It's real dope to be able to get access to the masses. But then sometimes it makes development of the artists, they feel that they could just get on social media and they on. There's no development. Before we had to develop the artists, prepare the artists, and get the artists, to make hit records. And now, anybody could just wake up and just put music out on social media, and it's pretty much, it's a great outlet to have. But I think it's kind of like it kind of takes out the contact of the people's communication. Because if you notice, like social media instead digitally, everything is digital, but it's disconnected. It disconnects the communication, right? Sometimes, so it disconnects the communication, and we used to have to be able to be in your face, in your city, build with you in your community. We had it where we had to physically be there, and we had to get to know the people from the community. So if we was promoting what we was selling, people wanted to get to meet us. So we used to do a lot of that. So now it's like, you could just go on social media, and the disconnection of the people is kind of disconnected because it's like, yeah, you hot, but do you really feel that artist? Like, we have real fans. So
right.
Our fans move with us all the way through the whole duration because they connected to us because we come to their community and eat and live in a whole neighborhood for a month or week or whatever. So they got to know us as people outside of just, you know, saying, well, you know, the internet was was the connection. It was. Right. I think internet is great, but I think it disconnects the It has some disconnections with the fans.
Yeah,
because the fans can pretty much, you know, they on to the next one real quick, right? They just boom. Oh, I like the music. They like it and they keep it moving. It's no relationship there. It's no with us and our generation. We was connected to our fans. Our fans wouldn't. They love us. They love us. They like everybody else, but they loved us because they feel connected to us. And our fans really didn't leave. They stayed with us. So to this day now, we have fans that have been with us for 20, 25 years. So I don't know if they fans will live as long as our fans will, as far as, you know, following them. And some will, you know.
Right.
But that's my show with that. But the internet is a beautiful thing. I think it's a masses. And then it'll get everybody, we fortunate to not have it because we probably wouldn't have been here with so much going on. You know, internet kind of, you know, see so much.
Right.
You know, we was out there having so much fun. We'd probably be locked up by now. With the internet. The internet's special, man. So they got it bad over here on this one in a way. You know, it's good and it's like a curse. You know, you can go to jail for it just because everybody's watching you do something that you really shouldn't be, you know, nobody should be seeing.
Right. No, I get it. So I totally get that. And that's a really good point. That's a really good point. Now, last thing I want to talk to you about, and again, I appreciate you taking out this time, is what you all have been able to do with the To the Rescue Foundation, because I also love the fact that with Ruff Ryders, yes, you all have been able to entertain, but you also definitely continue to inspire. What has that chapter been like for you to really put things in place to not only, of course, to be able to entertain the people, but to be there for the people?
Well, like I said before, we've always been there for the people. We've been doing a lot of what you call charitable work. We've been doing in every city across the country for the last 20, 30 years, and we did it once we when we first got in the music industry. We come from a community base with community conscious. So we always gave back to the community. If you notice, we always send messages to our music. We always pitch music. We say prayers. And we also have members in this community that actually doing things that's in, you know, feeding the homeless, being there for the people. Now we did it from a place of not for show. Now we're doing it for a place because the world needs to see that is the Ruff Ryders to the rescue is out there, and they you know, we want to take it to another level to let the world know that we've been here doing this all this time. Now we're going to step it up to a whole nother level and get our members and people from the community who come together and work with us in the community, because this last rodeo that we went through with the last presidency was a wake-up call, and it brought us together more than ever. So we here today to actually first start our community watch program. It's a 24-hour community watch program. It's a 24-hour watch that's going to work in the cities. We started in 3-4 cities right now so we can get a feel for it. And that's pretty much to have a successful impact in protecting urban residents and serving for the positive. We have interrupters that's going to be working in 4 points of the trouble areas in the city that has the biggest issues with crime and violence, and the police coming from other communities into those communities, and you know we need to mediate the whole situation. Have we been doing in certain cities? So that's been kind of cool, and you know that's our first phase, and then from there we kind of mentor. We do a mentoring program after we get our interrupters, 24 soldiers on ground to 48, and then we mentor the youth, and then we start to build the community back up as family. So we give them a lot of different outlets outside of just stopping fights. We give them opportunities to entrepreneurship opportunities, financial literacy programs, raise money, fundraisers, and things to get them the resources that they need. So that's how the Ruff Ryders is moving in this 2021. We're pretty much going into every city across the country, and then we're going to put the work in and start the process, bridging the gap from the streets, the industry, and the politics, and making a difference, and getting the people from the community to get involved.
Right. Again, for the people. Again, everyone, Joaquin Dean has been our guest. Joaquin, I think it's great, not only, of course, that you're able to see how the love continues for what you've been able to build with Ruff Ryders, but also to be able to work hand in hand with those who have been on this journey with you. Again, make sure you guys are staying connected with Joaquin. You guys can find him on Instagram at Wadean. That's WAAHDEAN is where you guys can find him there. In the link to his bio, you'll see information about Ruff Ryders to the Rescue.org. So make sure you guys definitely check that out as well. I have to ask you this question selfishly. I'm a big reader myself. I love history. I saw someone mention that this may be the time for a book. Is that something that you're thinking about?
Yeah, I'm looking to do a book. I was going to do one last year, but I still have a couple of missing pieces of the chapter I want to accomplish before we go into the book. Mm-hmm. But we're definitely looking forward to do a book. This book is really going to be a plan of action. We'll be doing a seminar and a tour soon. Once this COVID-19 clears up a little bit, we're going to go out there and we're going to really show the people, a plan of action outside of just talking to them. We want them to, feel we want to work together. So, but definitely the book is definitely in the works. We're putting that in motion. And we look forward to really just expressing ourselves in that book, how we can work together, what the journey is all about. Being on the journey without destination is important. A lot of people have a lot of things with the destination mindset that pretty much say, I did this, I need that, and then they get disappointed. So never put a destination in your journey. Just put your journey and walk in faith, and make it part of your chapter, and everything else will follow. You will never be disappointed.
That's a great point. Such a great point. Well, Joaquin, it goes without saying, you're welcome back here anytime. Looking forward to having you back again.
Anytime, Cyrus. Can't wait to get out there on your side of the world and have some fun.
All right, man. We're looking forward to that as well. I know our radio audience would love that. Again, everyone, Joaquin Dean has been our guest. Make sure you guys do check out, again, Ruff Ryders to the Rescue.org. We'll make sure that we link that up for those joining us via the podcast. For our radio audience, again, make sure you guys are following Joaquin. You can find him at Wadean, again, on Instagram. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Let's make it a great one.